Wait a sec. Isn't something important supposed to happen today? Oh, today's our big day!
Please, sign here.
It's been so long since we've been to the surface. Let's... Huh?
What's happening? I'm fine, thanks. But I wonder what that tremor was just...
Let's go ask the Duke. Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you two. Is there something you wish to see me about?
Yeah, what was with that earthquake just now?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate from the seafloor. In fact, it seems it came from the surface. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater.
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident...
Huh, you've got a point. But...
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes. Have you completed your release papers?
Yep. It's you two. Are you leaving now? That's right. Today is our last day in prison. But, oh yeah, Paimon feels fond of this place now. Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right, sure. Let's go.
Well, you actually agreed. No worries, you must be busy.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like you're lacking companionship. Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of trouble. Well, it seems our work in the Fortress of Mirabede is finished. That we should probably go report to him now. You're going to see Monsieur Neuvillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do, no?
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days.
Harmonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies. Monsieur Neuvillette did say you'd be welcome at...
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here.
Everyone's so busy. Neuvillette!
Hello. You've come at the right time, but in the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like...
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right. That should wrap things up for now.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the Fortress of Meripede, and it appears that you have managed to complete all the release paperwork.
That's right, and we came here to see you right away.
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that might be?
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary waters, but rather something like the primordial sea. A whale of that size and shape cannot usually be found in the waters of Teyvat.
Immersed in primordial seawater? But how? And is he okay?
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. I'm not completely sure how he could have gotten there myself. Yes? What is it?
Ah, right! Paimon felt... We asked the Duke and he said it wasn't from underwater, so we figured you might know something about it.
It turns out that I have just received a report about this particular matter. In fact, that's exactly what I was busy with a moment. The source of the tremor was here on the surface near Poisson.
The water levels rose?
Fortunately, the water levels only rose for a short period of time, and have already returned to normal now. If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial seawater,
Navia should be in Poisson, right?
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose. Let's get going.
Please be careful.
These newcomers are full of enthusiasm.
Oh no. What happened here? Navia should be around here, right? We haven't seen a single soul all the way here. Oh, this is getting scary.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on the...
Just stay put! We're coming up! Watch your balance!
I'm not young anymore. How will I survive on my own?
Oh, he looks pretty sad.
My leg! How could this have happened? It hurts!
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
She's over there! Hey, Navia! Are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we came as quickly as we could!
Yes. As you can see, the water level suddenly rose. It caused quite the disturbance, in fact.
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety.
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg.
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission in the meantime.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry.
The situation in Poisson?
Right. Allow me to explain. A little earlier, we suddenly heard a loud noise. At first, everyone thought that something might have exploded on an aquabus. The rushing water seemed a little odd, almost like the unique color of primordial seawater. Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water didn't have a chance to escape. Those who realized what was happening started to flee in a panic. The Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible, but there have been a lot of casualties. The water that flooded the area contained primordial seawater. No one knows if this could happen again.
How awful.
It was quite frightening indeed.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you for being so willing to help in a moment of crisis like this.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here!
I'll be right there. Sorry, I need to go for now.
And off she goes. Seems it might be...
Okay, the wounded are being tended to, and we finished a preliminary head count. Of course, we should remain ready for anything, and continue doing our best to rescue others. Traveler, Paimon, would you two accompany me to my father's grave for a moment?
Huh? Right now?
Thank you. Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of day and the whole situation in Poisson...
Right. That's how things are.
Navia? Navia, what's wrong?
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't ever come...
Huh? What happened to them?
Everyone agreed on the rescue plan. They were helping evacuate the residents, but they couldn't leave in time, and they were caught in the seawater.
What?
I've known them for so long. I could at least hold a funeral for my father, and I know where he rests. But as for Malus and Silver, they're just...
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect that you'd...
I can understand. Besides, the scenery here isn't half bad.
See, it's not just me.
How could Master ever be upset with you? Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed.
Buying yourself a plot in advance, are you?
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Callan.
Hey!
I'm quite serious.
That makes sense. In that case, could I be buried?
After all, besides you, demoiselle, the two of us could certainly be considered Master's closest companion.
Personally, I believe we fill those shoes.
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously. But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip? I've promised to let them rest in peace here. I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel, but...
I had always thought I could make my wishes come true. Malus and Silver have helped me so... I'm so...
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia.
Thank you. Right now, by the way, you can have a look at this.
Obena, Khan, Burnett, so everyone else is safe.
It's okay. I know what you're thinking. The overall outcome indicates that the cost...
Right. Don't think that way, Navia. Malus and Silver were not the price for...
You're right. Thank you, Paimon. What you said just now was pretty amazing.
Oh!
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
The knave? What are you doing here?
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. As for these supplies, we have everything taken care of.
Thank you very much.
Wait, do you two know each other?
We just met recently.
Usually, I would call this a coincidental encounter. Thanks to the knave, Spina di Rosula received generous support from the Fatui.
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot sharper than you let on.
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previous. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations.
This is nothing to brag about, nor, as I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that.
Without your help, there would have been many more casualties.
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver.
Don't say that. As Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for... I've never liked hearing people put it that way.
You're right. Water is life to Fontaine's people.
So, you're one...
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Thé. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
Alright, then we'll just... Huh? This isn't right. Paimon thought you would ask us to walk with you for a moment so you could tell us something in private.
That is a clever and useful conversation technique. Which, traveler, I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we had the chance. You and I both know that there may be issues with the primordial sea. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the House of the Hearths. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration.
So that's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but Linny told me that outside of the house, the person they trust most is you, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearths members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you as... I'm sure you already understand how earnest they consider their friendship.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda...
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high price.
Got it! So all we gotta do is go to some ruins, right?
Excuse me, but may I tag along?
You wish to join, Miss...
But are you sure you're up to exploring some ruins?
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed. Well, besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Since you put it that way, I have no objection. All right. The ruins are to the south of Poisson. Here's the map.
Okay, the three of us will handle it. So, are these the ruins the knave was talking about?
They seem to be pretty ancient, all right.
Let's go in and have a...
Just be careful.
Wind strategy. That hurts. Time to go.
Judgment!
Wipe out! Wind strategy.
You're dead meat! Alright, playtime's over.
Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike. As one with wind and cloud.
Watch it! The floor here isn't safe!
Wind strike.
This place has also been contaminated by Paimon.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous and it won't be any help for you. Don't get Paimon wrong. We're not saying you're useless.
No, you're right. I can't do it. That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case, do you want to wait for us here?
The water levels here are unstable, and there's a chance the water will rise. I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit.
All right. Come with it.
Time to go.
Oh no, it's a dead end! Let's try climbing over from the side.
Time to go.
Wait, there's something wrong with this bridge.
Demoiselle?
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself?
Maybe she just wants some time to herself.
Oh.
Yes, it...
That's quite possible. However, you were the one that suggested we go out for a walk.
Oh. right. I nearly... It must have slipped my mind. This is a familiar feeling, yet...
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a...
Do you remember Mr. Giverny?
We were headed to see how things were going with him at the moment.
Ah, right. Yes. I remember now.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too.
How have you...
I've been great. Thanks to your help, they were knocking at my door day and night.
Sometimes force is required to calm someone down and...
That's right.
Oh, yes. One moment, I have it right here. Miss Navia, these are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. They're a very good variety. I don't know what we would have done without your help.
Ah, did you cultivate them yourself?
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, Demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, madam. If I'm not mistaken, your name is Burnett.
That's right. Is something wrong?
No, it's nothing. This is the first time we've ever met, but I've heard this name before. And why are there so few people around here?
We must mind the time, Demoiselle.
Huh? We do?
Well, now...
Miss Navia, here you are. I've been My trial? Wait.
Yes, she's right, Demoiselle. It's just about time now.
Oh?
Look, it's Navia! She's here!
And her two attendants are with her! Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen. And as for the judge... huh?
Please sit in the defendant's seat. Don't worry, Silver and I shall accompany.
All right. But are you sure you can stand behind me?
Typically, it wouldn't be allowed.
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea?
Enough with the whispering!
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized what you've done? As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor. After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus. Not only you, but your butler, your...
Wait a moment.
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. We are one big family, all of us who are from Poisson. Therefore, this fair and honorable court shall declare...
Huh? What are you saying? Everything you have said is correct.
Ah, well, if that's what you think, then I have no further comment.
How wonderful, Miss Navia!
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She's guilty!
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness.
She was born a free and independent spirit.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she... Please do not mistake her actions as being otherwise.
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. Even if, Miss Navia, everything is measured here in the nation of Hydro. Now, I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. And that is...
My head...
Demoiselle,
Silver, it hurts. I remember now. Everything that seemed odd from the Vert Carina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier, even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt.
Absurd! Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? Don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia here with us!
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to... After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying?
No more excuses!
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an...
What's with these people?
Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss... No...
Silence!
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day.
Our thanks, monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that...
Malus... Silver...
Quickly, you must...
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive.
It looks like you're all right.
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have a nightmare?
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. When I arrived, you were just about to be dissolved within, but...
What is it?
I think I saw 2 Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue...
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like...
Perhaps those 2 Oceanids were the people you...
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me. To think...
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so stiff all of a sudden? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to...
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to her...
Huh? Why didn't you just say so...
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewinne. I hope all is well with her these...
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine.
I see. Well, that is good. I have always worried that Sigewinne would need a lot of time to understand...
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though...
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. So, Neuvillette, you're probably quite the swimmer, huh?
Yes, of course.
This isn't going anywhere.
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson, but when I arrived, I discovered that the Fatui were helping the residents evacuate. Amid my astonishment,
Yeah, we originally planned to meet up with you.
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes.
Wind strike! Wind strike!
one with wind and cloud.
Wind strider. Clouds high. The birds call. Wind strider. Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind strider!
Oh no, another unstable path. Watch your step.
Wind strider. Clouds high. The birds call. Bombs away!
Shiver!
Wind strider. That hurt! Fallen leaves, adorn my...
Let's get it on! You asked for it!
Wind Strider! It's fine! Wind Strider! Clouds high, birds call. Never again.
You're dead meat!
Wind Strider! That hurt! I must remain calm. Wind Strider!
Lights out. You can't run!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind Strider!
Looks like we've reached the end.
This is the place? There should not be any other hidden spaces in the...
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates? It seems...
Perhaps we should just leave them be.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates. The slate...
The surrounding wall...
There's something written below. Let Paimon see.
It feels like someone...
That would fit the
There's a person...
And it...
And...
The 4th image.
The people will all be dissolved into... More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it. Most likely...
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Neuvillette. Deciphering...
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just... This says that it's the history of the future, right?
I really hope it doesn't mean...
Still, Paimon feels like these images are kind of weird when you look at them.
That's right! If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the fourth, the waters drowning Fontaine, come...
And yet the order is reversed here.
If we go by timing, Lady Furina only emerges in the third image.
Egeria, then. I had never met her, but the previous Archon kneeling before the floating island and...
Did she herself commit that sin? Also, I'm still wondering why these ancient stone slates are here at all.
But who would have created these slates and left these words here?
It seems that any further clues will have to come from...
In that case, there's no time to lose. There's nothing...
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Let's split up here. I'm going to check on what...
You still have energy for that, Navia?
Just head back to the Fleuve Cendre and have a rest then.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work, Traveler. I will go talk to Furina tomorrow. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk to her about this directly?
She has long been harboring secrets.
Alright, we'll leave it in your hands then.
I will be carefully considering my words tonight.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the Fleuve Cendre is always open to you, as ever. All right.
We're finally back!
Welcome back. We've got a...
Yay! And there's good food too! Paimon's already starting to...
Oh, that voice. Is that who...
Huh?
It's you two. What are you doing?
Mona?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here!
Well, I have some business to attend to here. Why did you think I was from Fontaine?
Yeah.
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at
it isn't?
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow! Imagine including a boast in your name.
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist.
Thrice as great?
I know, right? That's just how she is.
Talk about it.
Megistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak.
That sounds terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port.
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's water.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel, and the invitation was sent quite early on.
What do you make of that prophecy, Mona?
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologer. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful.
A visionary? Sounds really powerful and all, but...
Of course. The old hag could do it. Are you sure?
Thanks, Mona! You're amazing as always!
Oh, well, this is something only I can do.
That's the greatest of astrologists for you!
Indeed, indeed!
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's any—
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we— Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, did— Good morning. To be honest, Paimon's still feeling kind of— But it's time to get up, Traveler. We agree?
Time to go.
You're here! Monsieur Neuvillette and Lady Furina, they seem to have gotten into a
Like I said, I've already explained everything!
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. It is not my intention to offend you. Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson.
You mean... they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster. I will say this once more. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins.
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't... but you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating...
I don't! I've never seen such slates!
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess...
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. I understand your concerns, but... I'm sorry.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Furina. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be. You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, there's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. Just trust in me. You're Archon, that's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start.
Did Furina not notice us standing by the door?
I assume you've been outside.
Oh! You noticed!
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses still I do not understand. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no choice but to speak.
Oh?
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial.
But Furina's seen so many trials.
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this. May be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. But who will lend us their aid to do such a thing?
That's everyone. Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world.
That's what family should do.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off.
Me?
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, as for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of...
Oh?
Well, it's just an expression, really.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice.
I see.
He is glad that you consider him.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild rabbits when we were...
I've also gone diving to catch some fish before.
I'm afraid not. Though that was their name. Today, Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly. A trap comprises of the following components. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now...
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Our line of work requires a deft hand.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you?
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit.
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it.
What about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. But I do have one more question for you. If we were to create a trap...
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey.
Kind as always. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at...
We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves...
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, but we shall require much more courage than any...
Oh, so that's what's going on.
It's been a tough few days, Paimon thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Paimon thinks... it's hard to say. Paimon, after all, you're the most reliable person in the world, aren't... did you just pour some tea? Then what's that? Paimon's never seen that
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea.
Who's that voice? Wait, you are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, You're feeling lost now. Consider me a passerby. The prophecy. Yeah.
What? Then is there any way we can stop it?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the... are the things that you shall see different?
What is she talking about?
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide. This was good tea, by the way.
The voice. It's gone. Hey, it's you who's getting licked.
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Luna!
Fine, just fine. Not all Fontaine.
Did she have pink hair by...
Why, yes. It was Charlotte. I'm in full support of her view.
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible from...
Yes. About what we had discussed before. Huh? Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots.
The Hexen Circle members are certainly anything but ordinary. But I've never met her.
Whoa. The Hexen Circle sounds like a...
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying.
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she's...
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but perhaps it is something that you cannot know, right? Traveler, Paimon? Are you two alright?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate, but even so, perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. I did originally think of steering clear of all this.
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. It was worth trying to comfort you. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Paimon suddenly feels... Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk by. Huh? Let Paimon see! The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Mir. My recent attempts to enter the fortress bore little fruit. Thus, did an Outlander friend become the focus of this report. So while the fortress's interior remains a mystery, journalist Charlotte's biggest scoop yet. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome photos. She hasn't been able to get a hold of anything at the fortress, so... seriously? Well... Hey, quick! Look! That's the limited edition, only 16 slices a day cake! It was so delicious the last time we tried it!
One slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all! Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
Oh, are you here to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur
Wait, did he really say something like that?
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to
Do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work.
Then what if someone told you one day that this place would be closing soon?
But why would it...
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but...
Oh, the prophecy. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No, it's the same for eating in...
Huh.
Don't be sad. Excuse me, could I have... These 2 slices are for you. Sijuin said that this kind of expression you're making is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sijuin?
I sure do. She was born before me, and she sometimes comes to the surface to She said that humans are creatures that are sad and eat. I've got something else to do, so I'll be going now.
And there she goes. All right, let's dig in. I'm sure this cake will be delicious. It's more delicious. Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious. Oh, we're near the Steambird office. Let's go look for Charlotte and have a chat.
There are leaves around.
Paimon's been thinking. If it wasn't Fontaine, but all of Neuvillette that would be destroyed No, Paimon should ask, if you could choose, what would you like to do? We've always been moving to the next destination, so we haven't spent much time thinking about these kinds of things. You mean, still traveling? Huh. Wait, isn't that what we've always been doing? Feels like it'll grow more, but it's still better than the Fortress of Mirapede.
So the two of you are still here.
Oh, you're from the Palais Mermonia.
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Neuvillette sent me to look for you two before. Not at all. I'm well aware that you're friends of his. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a small-scale riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious. Lady Furina was watching a performance at the Opera House, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy. And before she could respond, the crowd continued to grow and protest against the Hydro.
So people have started to put the blame on Furina.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods.
So what happened after that, is Furina?
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control, the Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Furina had gone.
So, you mean she's still missing?
That's right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search for her. That said, I don't think there's much to worry about. Good. Monsieur Neuvillette sent me to tell you about the situation.
Don't worry, this is more than enough to go on.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Well, sounds like we should hurry over to Poisson then. If we know Furina, she won't try to fix things in this situation. And, as we also know, she may be loud and dramatic. When Neuvillette was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, it would be hard for her to ignore being accused by the public today. Paimon thinks Furina's probably taken the opportunity to slip. Well, what do you... In that case, there's not a moment to lose. This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's left here are signs of devastation. Could Furina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible. That's Furina, right over there.
did happen after all. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Give up, Furina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry, but what can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies? Oh, who's that?
Don't worry, Furina. It's just that.
So it is you.
Furina, you were crying just now.
What do you mean, tear stains? Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were? They even dare to tout their Archon! Oh, and I'm sure Neuvillette and those people from the Maréchaussée Phantom are freaking out right next to them, too!
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans. That's against the rules.
Furina just ran off! Quick, we have to catch up! This should be the place, right? Hey, Furina! There's a good hiding spot over here! Quick, come to Paimon before the rest of them catch up to you!
What?
Hurry, they're almost here!
Fine, I suppose I... I merely gave in to the sheer...
Yep, that's a good girl.
What's happening?
Yeah, a quake of this kind preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be.
Well, there's no need to worry too much about that. Neuvillette's made some emergency...
Yeah, I hope you... But the people of Poisson, they've already... It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea, but all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. We cannot make an enemy of the divine. Give up. I do love the sound of that phrase. Indeed, I've thought about giving up so many times. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? But just now, it all became clear to me. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late. Don't worry. I will keep hope alive for... Well, that's enough for now. Don't take any of what I just said seriously.
Come on! Paimon could have sworn you were actually being honest.
Cher, that's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty alone. A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, and if Tevat is in its entirety, if that's the case...
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
So, this is what it is. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice.
May I interpret these words as your refusal to stand trial? In that case, you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god?
I see. It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it. She just surrendered.
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a...
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this?
It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication of surrender.
Looking for excuses again.
I raised my hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. I will admit that I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry, everyone. I was unable to protect the people of Poisson. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. But now, it is time for I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time, I will protect you. Applaud and rejoice. Mark my words. This shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine!
Woohoo! Oh, no! Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing? Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic...
All right, then. Who...
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Is that so? Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins, just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Well, we did do a lot of prep after the meeting that day.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the... Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, so we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean... the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina.
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box.
That's right. That house was a magic box.
As the super ultimate version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclet, the volume of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Araneas. Was an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Furina. Without... Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box...
That's right. It wasn't a sign of another disaster to come.
Then, I can guess Neuvillette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and also that as soon as I appeared on the stage...
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Cloran, I must commend you for your courage. As for you, traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you found me in Poisson. You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. Oh? Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine. It matters not. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Sir Prosecutor, please allow me to pass. This is a document that Miss Charlotte applied for and received permission to share with you during the trial.
Huh? Charlotte wanted to give us something? Oh, so she's here. Oh, let Paimon see. Wait. Then that means this document is a perfect time. So in other words, we can refer to this anthology of evidence every time. Let's quickly confirm the information in it. Just think of it as a refresher, all right?
You defeated the Hydro Archon in the very first duel. I didn't think that you'd wind up getting to the bottom of the case. This is the first time Monsieur Neuvillette had a difference of opinion. A Fatui Harbinger. She's an extraordinary. The fortress of Meripede was almost destroyed. According to Monsieur Neuvillette, I nearly lost my awesome friend Navia. To be honest, that's the words of someone as extraordinary as a witch can probably only be truly understood when something surreal happens to you.
The prosecution and the defense are both in position. The trial shall now begin.
Oh, come on, Neuvillette. There's no need to repeat all the unimportant legal. Just fast forward to the part where the prosecution lays out my offenses. Of course, it is only natural for humans to struggle to understand the actions of a god.
That's true. But my charge here is unrelated to your conduct as an Archon. Instead, I would like to charge you as a fraud who's never been the Archon in the first place.
Wait, what was that? Lady Furina's a fraud?
Hey, I came here thinking that we were going to try the Hydro Archon for forsaking our duty.
Charge accepted. Lady Furina, do you plead guilty to the charge? Lady Furina.
I plead not guilty. How can I be guilty? There is no way that I, Focalor, otherwise known as Furina de Fontaine, a member of the Seven and the Regina of all waters, kindreds, peoples, and laws of Fontaine, could be anything other than your true Archon.
Yeah, even though Lady Furina can be rather eccentric.
Yeah, I've never questioned her identity either.
I have cause to believe that common sense will prevail in this case. Many of the members of the audience have known me as the Hydro Archon ever since they were born. See? Even the Oratrice has decided to show me its favor. If you wish to drop the case, I can promise you as the God of Justice that you will not have to face trial for making a false accusation.
An argument with near impossible odds, huh?
Well, I tried to give you the chance to surrender. And if I was not the Archon, then how did I manage to live for over 500 years?
That doesn't sound right. Paimon doesn't think this clue can be used as compelling evidence to build our case. First of all, you may be a member of another long-lived race, which would allow you to naturally possess an extended lifespan.
Who gave you that idea? Was it the knave? You'd sink so low as...
A curse? I once thought it possible that the aura of an Archon might naturally resemble a type of curse. But in light of this claim, perhaps what I sensed was not your divinity, but a curse after all.
Neuvillette sensed it too, huh?
Lady Furina.
Well, it is true that it's extremely difficult to tell humans and gods apart.
Well, don't start celebrating too early now. Besides, everyone knows that the main difference between a human and a god is the possession of authority. For centuries, manifestations of my authority have served the nation of Fontaine. One need only to turn their eyes towards the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal in this very opera house.
That doesn't sound right. You tried to reference the Oratrice. But weren't you as confused as all the rest of us when the Oratrice declared Child to be guilty without any proof?
Didn't I make myself clear at the time?
Lady Furina, I believe a reminder of your current... While the court is in session, the principles of justice and the law must come before all else. You will prove yourself unable to defend against the prosecution's charges if you continue to withhold vital information against the rules of the court.
I never thought you'd use that kind of rhetoric against me.
That was no trick of rhetoric, lady.
So, you neither knew why Child was declared guilty, nor did you understand the structure and operations of the Oratrice. Instead of having been created by you, the manifestations of authority you mentioned have been made by the real Hydro...
The real Hydro Archon. Well, now you're really losing me. It is true that I did not know why the Oratrice gave out a guilty verdict that day. But the Oratrice handed out that verdict unilaterally. You can't argue that just because a divine creation is flawed.
She's still throwing out all kinds of excuses. Seems like
my power as an Archon. There are many ordinary citizens in the audience.
If that poses a concern, I'm prepared to extend my protection to the audience.
You don't need to go that far.
Aren't you the Hydro Archon? Or is it that you can't even wield the power of Hydro?
Indemnitium! Yes! It's all because of Indemnitium! All Archons derive their power from the faith of the people. Thus did I give up all of my divine power to provide everyone with energy for their daily lives.
Isn't that?
Yeah, no matter how generous an Archon can be.
It seems like nobody's buying Furina's excuse.
Hey, come now, everyone. Please don't stare at me as if I was a liar. I'm still the same Furina you knew, right? Please? You've got to believe me.
If what the prosecutor said is true, she really has committed a grave offense.
Did she deceive all of us? And all of our parents and grandparents too?
Enough! That's enough. Tell me then, if I'm not the real Hydro Archon, then who is? If you have no evidence of another Hydro Archon's existence, nor can you find anyone who can back up their claim to be such.
Wow, she came up with yet another argument. That doesn't... that doesn't... that doesn't... It has been established that all Fontainians can dissolve in water from the primordial sea. And that means...
Since you insist on claiming to be a god and not a human, then there's a method that you can use right...
Miss Navia, please apply to serve as a temporary attorney for the prosecution before addressing the court.
Super sorry, Monsieur Chief Justice. I swear this really will be the last time that I'll speak out of turn. Now, I've brought some seawater from Poisson. As everyone knows, a massive flood struck the area not long ago, including those of some of my closest friends. So, Miss Furina, would you dare to touch some of this seawater? If we are to believe that you are indeed the real Hydro Archon, but if you don't dare to touch it, then we would have basically proved the reverse. Oh, and I must remind you that after the disaster at Poisson, nobody wants to see any more people dissolve. I do hope you'll act prudently and choose the simpler path of admitting guilt.
Navia from the Spina di Rasula. The Spina has governed Poisson for many years.
If Lady Furina is indeed just a human, she's probably Fontainian like all the rest of us.
Lady Furina, this test has been unilaterally proposed by the prosecution.
Well, of course he had to tell her that. But refusing—
She's just staring at the water without saying a single word.
What's going on? Is she really planning to... that's not...
Due to the inherent risk of the test, Lady Furina, you may...
Hey!
I'm fine! Look at me, everyone! My hand is still here! Will you believe me now?
Miss Siegewin? If you're present, Miss Siegewin, please come forward and attend to the defendant.
Siege? Don't be nervous. It'll just take a few seconds. Let me see. That should be
Please announce the results of your evaluation to the court.
As everyone doubtlessly saw, Miss Furina was displaying symptoms of hyperventilation and flushed skin. She was experiencing the adverse effects of exposure to primordial seawater.
Thank you, Miss Siegewin. Lady Furina, you may return to the defendant's stand.
Oh, wait. What did she just say? I didn't get dissolved. Shouldn't that be enough to prove my innocence?
Well, considering your tendency to run from your problems, however, after extensive discussion, we exchanged it for a sample that is not concentrated enough to dissolve. We don't want anyone else to lose their life to the sea.
Yeah, so out of regard for Furina's life, you secured a low-concentration sample and asked the head nurse to serve as an expert witness. It's a great thing that the direct sample wasn't actually used.
I can't believe... Listen to me, everyone! Please don't give me such cold and disdainful look! Think about it! How can you conclusively prove that an Archon can't also be affected by the primordials? Also, if I was really just a human, why would I dare to just put my hand in that kind of water? Please, everyone, anyone, just listen to me! I swear, I really am your Archon!
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone.
With all the things that have been said, Paimon doesn't think there's any way left for Furina to win.
I believe the time for arguments and presentation of evidence has come to an end. If there are no objections, we will move on to the final judgment.
I don't think anything she says at this point will sway anyone who's two-stepped against her now.
In my capacity as Chief Justice, I shall now render judgment on Furina's misrepresentation of herself as the Archon of Fontaine. As a human who knowingly deceived her fellow citizens, Furina is... guilty. We shall now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges. According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Furina is...
Well, what's wrong? What's the Oratrice's verdict?
No, the Oratrice also displays a guilty verdict.
Isn't that correct then?
However, the exact wording of the verdict is thus: to be punished via the death sentence.
The death?
That's actually one of the available sentences?
The one and only time the death sentence has been handed out at the court. And it's been given to the very person we've worshipped as the god of justice?
Furina's been sentenced to death by the Oratrice?
This outcome is indeed quite strange. Is this sentence really appropriate for the crimes that have been committed?
Yeah! Even Vache wasn't sentenced to death by the Oratrice. You know, the...
Indeed. Not only is Furina's sentence overly excessive, the very point of our trial today was also to prove that Furina has never been the Hydro Archon in the first place. But now, the Oratrice seems to have deliberately...
Excuse me, if I may interrupt. Is the trial still...
Fremine! Oh, you finally made it. I assume this means you've completed your mission?
Mm-hmm. Any mission Father assigns to me will always be top priority.
Is that the first prophecy slate? Huh. So the knave privately arranged for Fremine to try and find the missing slate?
I looked everywhere and finally found it at the bottom of the sea. But has the trial already concluded? That...
Thank you for your hard work, Mr. Fremine. Please allow me to review the record left on the slate. Traveler, I believe that you have already seen the other existing slates. I would like you to come here and confirm their contents.
Huh? So what do you see? What is it?
I believe I have now made sense of the Hydro Archon's crime. It has to do with Fontaine's lost history.
Huh? Isn't the Hydro Archon just guilty of deceiving her people? So when you say Hydro Archon, do you mean the real Hydro Archon we've been kinda talking about?
In truth, everything that you've encountered in Fontaine up until this point can be traced back to the contents of these stone slates. However, I'm uncertain as to how much sense they currently make to you.
Okay, let's try to recall the contents of the other 3 stone slates. Paimon will do her best to help you remember. The first stone slate describes what you just said. It seems to show the previous Hydro Archon using her divine power, and then the Oceanids turn into humans. Does that mean that Fontanians are transformed Oceanids? Oh, Paimon wasn't expecting that. The second stone slate shows Celestia floating in the sky, and the Hydro Archon and her people worshipping it together. But the heavens still brought judgment down upon them. This must be the point when the Hydro Archon and the Fontanians were branded with their original sin. The third slate shows the Hydro Archon seeking... That reminds Paimon, didn't we also watch that happen to someone else? Well, the fourth slate is the prophecy the Fontanians have been talking about. People dissolving into the sea, the Hydro Archon crying on her throne, and so on. We didn't believe that such a crazy disaster could happen at first, did we? That doesn't sound quite... That doesn't sound quite right. That doesn't sound...
We know from the case of the serial disappearances of young women that Fontanians can be dissolved in primordial seawater, and this might be the reason that Fontanians can dissolve.
That doesn't sound... That doesn't sound... That doesn't sound...
Perhaps what is about to take place has all happened before. The true sin of the Hydro Archon that Neuvillette mentioned, and the original sin cast down on the people of Fontaine by Celestia. It's not as simple as falling into the sea. When Navia fell into the sea, her consciousness was subjected to judgment. The stone slates show the people gathered around the Hydro Archon in the sea.
That doesn't sound quite...
The prophecy from the stone slates found its way into society. But not many people. The fortress of Meropide was nearly flooded with primordial seawater. If we hadn't dealt with it in time, things could have gone very badly.
They'll dissolve into the primordial sea, but won't cease to exist. The Hydro Archon was sentenced to death in court, shocking everyone present. Navia fell into the water inside those ruins, and she nearly dissolved. The eruption of the primordial sea at the fortress of Meropide was the surest sign that the stone slate's contents can all be verified by recent events. If we combine what we know together, loads of truths should come to light. Huh? Oh, Paimon gets it now! But then it feels like we're going to have to share some truly shocking revelations.
Let's hear them.
Incredible. Linny.
All Fontainians were originally created by the late previous Hydro Archon, with Oceanids as their basis. The evidence for that can be found in how only Fontainians could dissolve in primordial seawater. Oh, and according to Navia, when she was about to get dissolved, she also saw everyone gathered around for a trial.
Indeed.
Yeah, and it follows from the content of the first slate that she probably angered Celestia by creating humans without prior permission. That could also explain why the Oratrice judged the Hydro Archon to be guilty.
The Hydro Archon's true sin was creating us?
And yet, after many hundreds of years, the Hydro Archon's creations have turned around to try to judge the Archon within the Opera Epiclese.
Yeah, isn't the image here just like when Navia fell into the sea? So wouldn't it be trying to show the image of the Hydro Archon also falling into the sea in the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain weeping on her throne. Did Paimon get all that right?
You've made some keen deductions. I must say, given how much you still don't know, it is impressive that you've already managed to connect so many pieces of the truth. However, while you were able to decode all the information on the slates, they've also been etched with an additional layer of hidden information using... When we were at the ruins, I tried to decipher the hidden information recorded in the slates. But now that the slate collection is complete, I shall make another attempt to decipher the narrative recorded within.
Well? Did you get it?
I believe I should share this truth not only with you, but with all the people of Fontaine as well. Your hypotheses regarding the origin of Fontainians and the sin of the Hydro Archon were both correct. In the Fontaine of old, the previous Hydro Archon sensed the yearning of her Oceanid familiars for life on land. The Oceanids were enamored with the beauty and romanticism of human beings, and wishing to have those experiences for themselves expressed to the Hydro. However, even though water as an element is intricately linked with the power of life, not one to give in, She eventually found a way to create permanent humanoid bodies for her familiars by appropriating the power of this planet's primordial sea. She poured primordial seawater into the Oceanid's blood vessels. But if Fontainians were to ever come into direct contact with water from the primordial sea, the power within their bodies would escape these artificial restraints and return to the sea. Of course, the Hydro Archon never received permission from the heavenly principles to create a new human race. And thus, the Hydro Archon and all of her creations came to shoulder the original sin of appropriating the power of the primordial sea. That is the true history of how the people of Fontaine first came in.
So we were...
That's way too much information for me. I think I'm just going to pretend that I never heard a single thing. Wait, but if that's the truth, we can't let the Hydro Archon be sentenced to death. After all, her only...
This really might be too much information for your regular Fontainian, but...
Alas, your hypothesis regarding the third and fourth stone slates was inaccurate. The slates' respective positions are, in fact, correct. A key point of the visual on the third slate is how all the individuals depicted in the water are humans rather than Oceanids. They have not been dissolved, which implies that the water depicted in this slate is not water from the primordial sea. The nation of Fontaine is the nation of Hydro, as well as the nation of trials and justice. You may also recall Navia's experience. When she fell into the sea, her consciousness was surrounded by that of many others who Therefore, the meaning of the third slate is that the people of Fontaine shall try the Hydro Archon at the court of justice. Yes, it refers to our present situation.
I think I'm following now. In truth, everything we've done has happened exactly as the prophecy foretold.
What should we do?
Huh. No matter what, the prophecy will be fulfilled.
If that's the case, does that mean the scene in the fourth slate will also be fulfilled soon?
Traveler, I would like to point out another small fallacy in your deductions about the fourth slate. You probably thought that the eruption of primordial seawater beneath the fortress of Meripede served as the surest sign that the prophecy was about to come to pass, yes? However, I believe that rather than being a sure sign, that eruption could in fact only be a small warning of something far worse to come. As for the root cause of the catastrophe, I believe you've already encountered it once before. This eruption was just a small warning of the things to come.
It was both dream.
If we're talking about a true culprit, that could only be that thing inside the primordial sea, right?
The truth, the original sin, the trial, and the root cause of the disaster.
So we've met it at last. I understand very well why it has chosen to make an appearance here. That whale does not belong to Tevat. It has been greedily consuming the energy from the planet's primordial sea, using it to grow. And once it has finished consuming all of the energy contained within the sea...
You said that when the Hydro Archon first created Fontainians out of Oceanids, she filled their blood vessels with primordial seawater.
Precisely. That whale finds the blood of Fontainians nigh impossible to resist. Therefore, when it left the primordial sea, it decided to make its next stop a packed opera house full of food.
We just barely managed to push it back, right?
That is correct. Indeed, it is more accurate to say that we should thank that Harbinger for buying us some time. From the way he looked, he must have been fighting the creature for quite a long time.
That battle maniac. We've always known that he had a special connection with that whale, but anyway, now that we know that this whale is the actual cause of the disaster...
It is too late. It had already absorbed too much of the primordial sea's energy before we could notice it. Even if the entirety of Tevat were to be destroyed, it could still survive. And
That's not something I will accept. We've already done everything we can. We've come so far.
Indeed. That's not how a grand performance should end.
I'll fight it to the end.
So the prophecy will be fulfilled no matter what, huh?
The prophecy. Just as ultimately, fate shall...
What's happening with the oratories?
I believe it is preparing to carry out the death sentence.
Furina! No, I still need answers.
Sorry. That shocked expression on your face is just too amusing. I couldn't help myself.
You are not Furina. Who are you?
The sweet sound of bewilderment.
Fusolo. Why did you deceive us?
Oh, that wasn't my goal, of course. Goodness, no. But I had to fool everyone else too. The heavenly principles.
Deceiving the heavenly principles?
It's all because of that pernicious prophecy. Dreadful, wasn't it? Everyone doomed to dissolve. One was not amused. In fact, one was positively bemused. She knew full well that the prophecy would surely come to pass. And as one of the seven, she also knew full well that one defies the heavenly principles at one's peril. So yes, as you have no doubt surmised, it was a rather impossible. I spent a terribly long time mulling it over. Alone on the ocean, I had to outwit the heavenly principle. I'm a genius, I know. Although, looking back now, it was hardly the inheritance one dreams of. Between the task of saving... But one can only play the hand one is dealt. I did not choose this. any more than I chose to be one of her Oceanid familiars.
So you were also once one of the Oceanids, transformed into a human but—
Yes, I was. I always dreamed of becoming human. And I still do. Even now, after becoming a god, I separated my divinity from my body and spirit, leaving behind only a self that was as naive. The me you see before you now is that divinity. She could feel joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Her strengths were of a kind only a human could possess. But in my eyes, Furina's humanity was what made her perfect. She was perfectly human in any way, so then I cursed her. All part of the plan, of course. The plan to deceive the heavenly— Do you still remember the final scene of the prophecy? In order that the prophecy might appear fulfilled, I invited Furina to be an actress under the curse I placed on her. So long as I, Focalor's divinity, continued to exist, she could not die. But instead, she was forced to take the stage in the I suppose now you probably understand why your court is called the Opera Epiclese.
But Furina is only human. Even though she has had a long life, her mind is no stronger than— I cannot begin to fathom what she has had to endure.
It has indeed. And although she is, in a sense, me in human form, it's been 500, and all along, she's been playing her part in the most unimaginably long, unbearably lonely.
Oh, who permitted you to come onto this stage? All right. It is not my intent to reprimand you. There is no need to state your name. Just be— Oh, do not jest. I am Focalor. The eyes of countless Fontainians are upon me.
Time to go.
Dear audience, the performance is experiencing a technical difficulty, but worry not. The guards shall resolve it soon enough.
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike. That hurts. It's clouds high. The birds call. Wind strike. That hurts. Wind Wind Strike!
Hey, what gives? The audience is still watching me, you know. Guards! Wait, where are the guards? Guards! Lights out.
Wind Strike! Wind Strike! It's fine. That hurts!
You asked for it.
As one with wind and cloud! Wind Strike!
Furina.
Huh? Who's that? Who's calling me? Where are you?
Be not nervous. Be not afraid.
Wait a moment. You're mirror me? How can...
Mirror you, huh? You know what? That's not bad.
Mirror me? What do you wish to say?
The prophecy. Have you heard of it?
What prophecy? The people will all be dissolved into the waters.
Oh, very good.
What's going on?
Yes, it will. And that is why I've come to you.
But doesn't that mean everyone will die?
Oh, don't worry. I will tell you how to save everyone.
Oh, so there's still hope after all. As for the suffering, well, I will admit that. But if the prophecy will come true, if there were scales, with all the people of Fontaine on one side...
You truly are the perfect human. I suppose this would also be the justice.
Huh?
Don't worry, it's nothing.
Play as...
That's right. You must begin a never-ending masquerade if you can keep it up.
But how will I do this?
Don't worry. What you must do is not to turn yourself into a real god. Being a human yourself, remember, your true challenge will not be pursuing divinity.
I'm still not sure I understand. So, how long?
To accomplish this mission. But I promise you, all will eventually end in a magnificent and dramatic trial.
A trial? Huh. How exciting. Maison Cardinalise has announced my accession. What should I say to most... Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you've all heard about how I have taken on the role of Hydro Archon. In truth, I know little about becoming a nation's new god. As the god Focalor, the god of justice. Once again, thank you all for coming. I thought I might stammer, but thankfully...
That's the new Hydro Archon. Is this some kind of joke by the Maison? I would have thought that a being that surpasses humanity would be...
Hey, did you hear that? She even told us to send her suggestions there at the end.
Shouldn't gods be all-powerful? She's being so modest.
If you ask me, perhaps the succession didn't actually happen.
Wait, what's going on? Why is everyone suspecting me of being a fake? Right. Mirmi said that I just need to play the role of a god as humans imagine them to be. Calm down, Furina. Think assertive, with a strong sense of presence. Oh, very good, my people. Only ones such as you are deserving of my rule. Now, I was wondering if some weak puppet were to one day come onto the stage. Well, it seems that you would all see right through them. You may consider my previous act a door gift of sorts. Now then, let us be
So that was just a performance. How could I have forgotten that we were inside an opera house?
Personality? It's quite shocking, to be honest, but I suppose it's a better look than before.
Such a fascinating and bold deity. How wonderful. Our future may yet be bright after all.
It seems I've turned them around. My dear people, whether you acknowledge me or not, whether you trust me or nay, I say to you, we have heard it said that this nation's sins can no longer be washed away. The scales of justice should not weigh heavy in the hands of its God. May law be the prayer on our lips. May judgment be our worship. No, this won't work. They'll suspect me again. I must play the role that they want me to play. There is no trouble in this world that justice cannot solve, so long as I, the Archon Focalor, stand within the Opera Epiclese.
Yes! Oh, yeah!
Lady Furina, here are today's case reports, as well as a summary of the follow-up for...
Come now, was I not just at the opera? Besides, none of these trials were the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
If I may be so impertinent...
A magnificent, dramatic...
That's true, I fear I lack the ability to grasp your divine thought.
No need for fright, and do not take what I said before too seriously. Go now.
Lady Furina.
No need to thank me. Oh, I'm afraid. All right. Deuteria, is it?
You remembered me, and you knew of my family, too. He is doing much better now.
Oh, good. Very good.
You're such a gentle and wise god.
Lady Furina, here are the latest hydrological reports.
I see. It's as I thought, then. All manner of signs indicate that the prophecy will still come to pass.
Well, as I understand it...
Really? Have they found anything?
I'm afraid that they haven't found any effective...
Is that so? The day is finally over, but it's good to see. Maybe this is fine.
Lady Furina, here are the...
There'll be no need for that.
Lady Furina, I've waited so...
Indeed, my dear loyal citizen.
Lady Furina, we're detecting significant hydrological anomalies near Poisson.
Understood. Keep monitoring. I just don't know when these days will end. I feel utterly exhausted.
Lady Furina, it's like a dream. I've heard that the first member of our family who was honored to receive an audience with you was Madame d'Oteri.
And what a fine family yours is indeed.
Surely.
What is it, good citizen?
Are you crying?
This must be the overflow of hydro from my person. Well, can't quite help being the god who's...
No wonder. No wonder.
So interminable. Hundreds of years must have passed by now. I never imagined that it would hurt so much. Have I reached my limit? I want to tell someone, anyone, about this. I've conducted so many, and all I can do is keep heart.
Furina, you don't have to shoulder this burden alone, although I don't know what you might be keeping from everyone.
Share my burden. That's impossible. It was fated right from the start.
But even if your burden doesn't need to be shared, you can still choose to confide in someone. Just share it with me.
A witness. Yes, I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, and if Tevat is in its entirety, if that's the case, he's right. But if things don't play out as expected, no, Furina. But what if, Furina, you've worked so hard. Is it such an outrageous thing to do anyway? If you let this opportunity slip through your fingers, think about it. Long and hard. No, I have nothing to say. All you need to do, dear spectator, is to witness my performance until the curtains fall.
Fine.
So even Furina doesn't know the truth? You've never once let her in on the full plan?
Yes, it had to be done. To deceive the heavenly principle, she did very well. If she had let her resolve falter even once in these 5 centuries, it seems that trusting humanity was the right decision after all.
I believe that I understand how your deception works. How would you build on this foundation to save the people?
Ah, good, good. Of course, the Iudex of Fontaine has pinpointed the I'm sure you've long sensed that the Oratrice is no simple machine.
I've always suspected that it had its own consciousness. And Lenny did mention that he heard a human voice within the core chamber. It now seems that that person was you.
And then I became one with the Oratrice, taking Fontaine's gnosis with me. Yes, it would seem so, wouldn't it? Alas, your understanding of this device still lacks sufficient depth. In truth, it is no enactor of justice.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, you have it. And to be more precise, not only will the Oratrice take down the god of justice, it will also take down the divine throne upon which she has been placed. I mean, did you think I would be the sort to end my work over these last 500 years? But really, some have already discovered that only a small fraction of the energy generated by the device was ever used to provide power to Fontaine. The vast majority had to be accumulated.
It was all a part of your plan, then?
Indeed. This power accrued over 5 centuries, but only power of this magnitude could hope to destroy the Hydro Archon's divine throne.
So the Oratrice's call for death was for neither Furina nor Focalor, but for the destruction of that divine throne. If I do not misunderstand your intent, you must be
returning what's rightfully yours to you, of course. In other words, this was all done to return the authority of the Hydro Archon to the Hydro Dragon of this planet. Oh, what? Getting sad again, are we? The authority of the ancient dragons shall soon be yours once more.
all you've done throughout the years.
I've never quite seen it that way, you know. Hydro Dragon, don't cry. I must say, had it been within my rights, I would have loved to judge the heavenly principles themselves. Egeria stole the power of the primordial sea, and the heavenly principles stole the power you ancient dragons possess. I, for my part, am the god of justice. Speaking of justice, I have always believed that justice lies in the process of pursuing human existence itself. So, if the theft of the primordial sea's might was Fontaine's original sin, then, leaving matters of procedural right and wrong aside, the descent of the Fontainians as humans and their right to exist in this world would be Fontaine's original justice. In other words, defying the prophecy and ensuring that Fontaine's people shall live on. At this point, we, whether it be myself, Iudex Neuvillette, the highest judge in our land.
So when I was invited to the court of Fontaine to serve as Iudex, at last, I now understand the true purpose behind this position. In the beginning, I was uninterested in human existence. But these 5 centuries of living alongside them have gradually brought about mutual understanding between us. You are a devious one, Focalor. Things being as they are, surely you know that I could never declare them to be guilty.
The hour of my execution is almost here. For the sinner, the curtain call has come. I know I may not sound it, but faced with death, I find myself a little afraid. Perhaps this is one thing both gods and humans have in common. Farewell, Neuvillette. I hope you've enjoyed the part you played these 500 years.
Neuvillette, hereby declare, people of Fontaine, your sins are forgiven.
What just happened?
Was that bright light some sort of misdirection?
But since we're all still alive and haven't been dissolved...
It's time to end this. We must mete out punishment to that beast.
But... didn't you say just a moment ago that it can't be defeated?
I have gained the strength sufficient to deal with it. We should seize the opportunity to pursue our quarry. Traveler, now that the oratories can no longer function, I require an executor to help me mete out justice, the root of the calamities befalling Fontaine, the beast that enacts the prophecy. Come with me, traveler. The hour of execution has come. Best to separate the power from my weapons. Considering the size of the beast, I cannot reach the power source. Unless we can find a way to attack it from within. I shall share part of the ancient dragon's power with you. We shall look for an opening together.
Time to go.
I can feel its sorrow turning into hostility.
Wind strike!
The all-devouring narwhal cannot resist its instinct to devour. Continue to trigger its hostility. Chance will present itself.
Why do you have a rolling beam thingy over there? It looks really scary.
I must remain calm.
I have granted you my name. Manifest the authority of the ancient dragons. Witness the might of the primordial sea.
Wipe out!
You can't run! Punishment!
Water jet! Wind strike! Time to go! Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Wind strike! So many regrets. Lots off! Wind strike! Wind strike!
Thanks for helping with the cleanup. It should have been my job, but it was just supposed to be a short private training session for me. Well, actually, I had a feeling that it would happen at some point, but they bumped into one another earlier than I thought.
That power.
Paimon has an idea. From what she said earlier, she must be Child's master. Skirk, right? It's just that he gave us the impression that she was the less talkative person.
I simply did not have anything to say to the weak, so you may speak to me as equals. I have to agree. It's a strange use of a planet's primordial waters just to raise an all-devouring narwhal. That kind of power is wasted on it. It's all in all, it fails as a pet.
Miss Skirk? I think you might have missed the point.
The point?
Well, being that this pet almost destroyed an entire nation, so what sort of person is your master?
Oh, right. So you don't know him. Sorry, I assumed you did. His name is Sertologi.
Huh?
I am unfamiliar with that name.
Huh. So Master isn't sufficiently famous. How should I describe him then? Have you heard of the name The Fowl?
The Fowl?
Still nothing?
Well, how about the Visionary?
Ooh, that one we've heard! Rhine Doctor's part of the Hexen Circle. She's Albedo's mom, right?
Oh, so you do know that name. But I suppose you understand now, yes?
Wait! Didn't you also mention a visionary person?
Actually, never mind that. I believe it expedient to inform you that the all-devouring narwhal used up nearly all its strength fighting you. Such roiling hydro energies will prove difficult for the planet's deep seas to digest. As such, the Fontaine back on the surface has most likely been thrown into chaos. In other words, the prophecy that you've been fretting over should now be in full swing.
What?
Not to worry. Focalor has already managed to deceive the heavenly principles.
In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only Furina will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
All hands, initiate emergency rescue! Hurry!
Hey, lend a hand!
Look! The water's receding!
It's a miracle!
God!
Water's receding.
We didn't dissolve. The prophecy was wrong. The prophecy was wrong.
We're saved. The prophecy was wrong.
Principal!
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Linny, I'll only take a moment of your time.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and I was going to go to print this, but just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and could—
That was quick.
Too late, bro. That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do.
Whoops.
Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of a better time with Caesar.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that— Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. Quickfire question! Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private magic trick. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because...
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself.
No, I just,
What the... What now? This is getting pretty awkward.
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Well, never mind. I'll forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Lynette?
Don't worry, I wasn't angry.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon.
Please, take good care of that. I'd be really upset.
The Furina the Hydro attacks post-disaster rebuilding. I recently visited Poisson to meet with Miss Navia, spokesperson of the Furina the Hydro, and we spoke about Poisson's present and future. Old soil can still give birth to new bloom. Skyship Winglet, boon or bane of the Fontaine Research Institute. The various disputes that have arisen on account of Mr. Edwin have suddenly become a shield over the Institute. People always call the first researcher mad, but few... Wow! Paimon barely recognizes the people in the reports. Are those really Juria and Navia? They sound like...
What do you think? Pretty enthralling, huh? The value for these big scoops lies in their inevitable follow-ups. We'll publish further reports and go into the stories behind those. Edwin's assistant, Jurier, created a true flying ship, while Navia is leading people in the reconstruction of their home. I'm sure that these stories could draw even your well-traveled eye.
Paimon's curious too! Wait a minute.
And that's exactly why I'd like you to come conduct interviews with me. You're the...
Are you sure? Hasn't he turned you down several times already?
Oh, this time will be different. Come on! Let's head to Poisson first, and then make a trip to the fortress.
Huh?
Navia!
Oh, it's you.
Hey, we're just having a look around.
I'm here to update myself on how things are going here. Oh!
Let me introduce you. This is Mr. Garunt Snežević. Our residents are hard at work as well. Thanks to everyone, work is progressing nicely.
Hello, Miss Charlotte. I'm a big fan of yours. But if you don't mind, could you not emphasize our role too much in your report?
I get where you're coming from. I'll keep it as simple as possible. Or would you be willing to feature as friendly neighbors?
That would be fine. Thanks.
Oh, you're back too. How are things?
We finished laying down the construction materials.
Huh? You're here too, Clarence?
Well, her reputation's greatly risen after that whole duel business with Miss Furina.
There's too much to consider in the reconstruction of Poisson.
Oh, wait just a moment. Do you mind me asking a few questions?
Forget it. I'm sure you can find a better theme than that.
I see you're the same as always.
Well, if we're talking about doing things for my sake, you might as well just take a few more photos of me.
Of course I will. I'm not gonna let him off that easy. All right, then everyone who wants to be in the photo, gather...
How did it go? Was it a good shot?
Not bad. Your addition really helped the composition of the picture. All right, hang on a moment. Let me snap a few more All right, that should do it. I'll be back here later anyway, so let's call it a day.
You're very quick.
Speed is of the essence when it comes to the news, and freshness is the key. Also, not to brag, but I'm pretty good at building connections.
Wow, you really do have that never say die spirit.
I'll hazard a guess that this is how you got that interview at the...
Whoa, you're well informed. Let me make a guess, too. I asked Sijuin, who told Monsieur Neuvillette, and...
That's a very complete information chain.
In truth, all Monsieur Neuvillette asked me was, when did the fortress become so friendly towards the media? I told him that it was best not to speak too soon. There's no guarantee that Ridsley will make a personal appearance.
You're right. I've got to treasure every moment I have with them. In which case, I'll be making a move first.
Stay safe now. And tell me if you hear anything interesting.
Wow, guess we're here again, huh? There's a real nostalgic feeling to this place.
Looks like you've been missing us.
Duke! Did you come all the
Of course. I'm here to welcome you and our dear Miss Charlotte, whom our good head nurse recommended to me.
It's an honor to finally meet the much-rumored Duke.
No need to thank me. But that said, I shouldn't be the focus of your interview.
Of course, of course.
All right then, this way.
Hey, no need to be so nervous. Miss Charlotte, do these pictures really need to be published on the cover of the Steamboat?
It would seem that Miss Lorvine doesn't want her face to appear beside that of Mr. Jurier.
Sir, please don't say things like...
But it looks like dear Mr. Jurier denies it.
No, I just... This is my first time being interviewed.
Now, I might not look it, but I actually did meet Mr. Edwin once. The boat that brought about a miracle, the ark that saved the people. Still, if I might ask, where's that flying ship now?
Huh! Looks like Charlotte's trying to get herself another exclusive scoop.
I have to apologize, but that ship is presently in the bowels of our factory.
Really? Well, then in that case, could I have an interview with you to make up for that long?
You already know my answer, I'm afraid. Best you interview our head nurse instead. Or perhaps you'd like to take another photo of this couple of researchers?
Did you really have to use the word couple? Well then, two so-
Is my hair messed up? Please, someone help me have a look.
Things sure are getting pretty lively here. Oh, seems like everyone's here. Would any of you like to try this new drink I came up with?
Ah.
Hey, Miss Charlotte. Sure. Come on, Miss Sijuane.
Huh? Sure. Do I have to smile? So, how have things been at the fortress?
Same old, as you can see. Fontaine's undergone some changes, but this place is still more or less the same.
Other than that flying ship.
That's why I decided to let the interview go through.
You're too kind, sir. I believe that you two should...
I'll just leave the spotlight to you two. I see. Lots of things happened that day, huh?
He sure did win them over, huh?
I'll tell them that there's good news and bad news. The good being that their boss seems fine, and the bad being that they must face extended sentences for abetting his escape.
Oh, actually, what about you?
What change can there be? The fortress will keep chugging along, and so will my duty. As to what Miss Furina's departure will mean for the nation, and if our laws and governance will be transformed, we'll leave those to the folks in the overworld.
Hey everyone, the photo shoot's done.
Good. In that case, let's call it a day.
Thanks for your cooperation. Come on, Traveler, let's go. Till next time, everyone.
There'll be an...
Maybe. Who knows? I might write a story about the underwater factory next time. All right, last stop, the docks. Navia mentioned that she stayed in touch with Linny and the others after working together. Apparently, they've been at the docks distributing these strange pockets the whole time since.
Traveler, Paimon. And Miss Charlotte, too.
Would you like a magic pocket?
What sort of gadget is it?
It's a wondrous bag that can be used to carry many things. The water level has returned to normal, but if you see any of your things floating around, you can use this to carry them.
Trick a friend? I wonder which of my friends would fall for...
You could just make a friend like Fremine here. Isn't that right, Fremine?
Is this what you meant by, I'll help?
To be honest, that sounds pretty sweet. Could I have your contact, please?
Sure.
Lynette sure is working hard to help Fremine socialize.
He was the one who proposed doing this. He even wants to...
Yes, I was planning to first introduce Pear as an assistant, and later...
That said, would anyone want to see a diver escape underwater?
Oh, it'll work out. Every journey begins with the
Lynette, could you come over?
Got it.
My, that Charlotte is rather perceptive. She got rid of everyone the moment she realized I had something to say to you. Father says that you did a great deal during the latest event.
That's all right. We were more than happy to help.
Oh, I guess you haven't heard. Well, after Lady Furina left, Father and Monsieur Neuvillette opened negotiations, during which he gave Fontaine's gnosis to her as a diplomatic gift.
A diplomatic gift?
Yes, I was quite surprised at first It could have been done as an apology for the incident with Lord Child. Furthermore, Father did also lend significant aid to Fontaine and Poisson.
Well, that's true, but this is a gnosis we're talking about.
I would agree, but I've also heard that it seems that Monsieur Neuvillette has had a significant change of heart regarding the matter.
So there's some reason for this that only Neuvillette knows about?
I suspect you'll have to ask him about that yourself.
Isn't he real busy and stuff? But back to the topic. The gnosis was given to the knave, right?
They say that he's returned to Snezhnaya to recover from his wounds.
That's true. When you think about it, we've had loads of run-ins with the Fatui.
So shocked by such a simple switching of sides?
Father!
Well, what do you know? Come to the docks to see how my children are doing and meet the traveler by chance.
Are you going to take the gnosis back to Snezhnaya?
That is our duty as harbingers. Yes, don't be too preoccupied with sides. The goal of the Fatui concerns not a single place or person, but switching my masks is something I've always done. Well, that depends on many things. No one truly knows what the future holds. As for you, I very much look forward to our next collaboration. Good things cannot be achieved alone, and you've proved yourselves to be great partners. A vision? All right. I'll remember to return it.
And that's a wrap for me. Huh? You're...
Greetings, Miss Journalist.
Hello. If I'm not mistaken, there are diplomatic channels I'll need to report to take a photo of you.
That is correct. So forgive me, but I will not be able to serve as a subject in your article. However, feel free to write as much as you'd like about our dear magician.
I will.
The sea breeze is quite pleasant.
Farewell, Father.
Oh, she has such an intimidating presence. I didn't even dare to take a picture. Thankfully, I've already wrapped up all my pre-scheduled interviews.
Don't be too nervous. Why don't you take a magic pocket before you go? Here, Traveler, Paimon, you take one too.
To move things about?
That's right. Funny. I was giving out magic pockets when we first met too. I guess this must be life. All right then. We'll be handing out pockets in some other districts later, so...
Well, guess we sent Charlotte, huh? Shall we go see what Neuvillette's doing? As long as he's not so... here, Neuvillette. Paimon didn't think you were going to have free time this hour.
Really? Oh, I suppose you must have met Mr. Linney. In any case, you came at a good time.
Aw, Paimon's glad that you remember. All right, let's have it then.
It is strange how words can often leave a bitter taste in the mouth when...
Whoa. So that's what happened? Focalor destroyed the divine throne of the Hydro Archon and restored your power, but Paimon still doesn't quite get what you did to save the Fontaine.
For me, the authority of the ancient dragons refers to absolute control over the hydro element. Fontainians were incomplete humans born of Egeria's use of the power of the primordial sea. But so long as those primordial energies remain within them, I could use the ancient dragon's authority to grant them true blood. In other words, when I gave my verdict, Fontainians became true humans, and thus would naturally no longer be dissolved by water from the primordial sea.
Focalor must have counted on you to make that decision as well. Yeah, and in a manner of speaking, Focalor finally managed to fulfill the original Hydro Archon's wish to turn Oceanids into real people too.
It seems from your expressions that you still have more things you wish to ask. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. I have investigated his case along many avenues, and I have learned that he once fell into an unknown chasm when he was young. There, by chance, he awakened the all-devouring narwhal. But whether it be by sentiment or reason, that should not have been enough to consider him the root cause of the disaster. As for the judgment passed by the Oratrice during the trial, whether it was due to that liability by association, or Focalor deliberately using him to buy time for us on the assumption that he would be able to hold the creature off.
Guess Focalor had Fontainians in mind the whole time. Hang on a second. Paimon suddenly got another question. Back when Fontainians hadn't yet become real humans, were the children they had also transformed Oceanids?
Life has always flowed like water.
Yeah, Lynette said the fountain is where all the waters in Fontaine converge.
In truth, even those couples did not know that such prayers were no mere custom. Those Oceanids who were blessed within the spring water would later descend as new humans in the coming months.
Paimon sorta gets it now.
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Yeah, about that. Risley said Furina has already left.
Ah, Lady Furina. The people are only aware that her death sentence has not been carried out. She abdicated the post of Hydro Archon and left affairs related to that title to me. I related Focalor's words to her faithfully and completely. She simply said that she was tired. Having said that, she then packed her things and moved out of the opera house.
But she's still got a place to stay, right?
You need not worry. I will make arrangements to ensure that she will not want for food, clothing, board, or travel. In truth, I am somewhat happy for her. But now that she no longer has to play the role of Focalor the Hydro Archon, she can finally lay down her burdens and lead a normal life.
What about you then? What are your plans now?
After Focalor passed on, the Oratrice also ceased to function. This matter will directly affect our trials.
Looks like you're still considering stuff from the perspective of the Udex, huh?
As an elemental dragon, there are indeed many things that I must do. But this power and this duty, in a manner of speaking, you could say that both were granted to me. As such, before I attend to my other responsibilities, I must first and foremost continue to serve Fontaine as its highest judge. Additionally, the Hydro Archon's departure has brought about another problem.
That's true. That power was derived from the people's faith in the Hydro Archon was... Wait, but the various mechs and machines in the city are all still...
As I am now, I have full command over New Musia, and it can serve as a complete substitute.
Wow. This ancient dragon's authority stuff is really quite useful, huh?
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Oh, that's right! They say you've given it to the knave as a diplomatic gift or something!
Leaving aside their intentionality, the two Fatui Harbingers have indeed done much for us during this. Their sole remaining goal in Fontaine, at least at this point, would seem to be the Gnosis. The Oratrice has ceased to function. As such, it has lost all meaning for Fontaine. If the Fatui have impure designs, then we might as well accede to their request now.
What complicated considerations! Paimon thought you were just giving it to them out of gratitude to the knave and...
Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it. You will soon be heading to Natlan, I presume? I'm afraid that I have little talent as a travel guide, so all I can do is tell you what I know about that land. As far as I'm aware, Natlan can be said to be a nation of dragons.
A nation of dragons?
No, I suspect that I would not find myself welcome there. Unlike ancient dragons such as myself, the dragons of Natlan have undergone long years of development and evolution. Natlan is also the nation of war. War ravages those lands like an undying flame. There is one other piece of information I got incidentally from my negotiations with the Knave that I believe may be useful to you. The harbinger known as the Captain has thrown his hat into the endless ring of war.
The Captain. Sounds like a real tough customer.
I suggest that you fully prepare yourself before going to Natlan. Ask away. I will tell you the truth as I know it.
Hang on a sec. Paimon still got a question about the Gnosis. When we spoke to Linny earlier, he mentioned that your attitude towards giving away the Gnosis had clearly changed. We guessed that there might be some reason for it that only you were aware of.
No wonder the House of the Hearth is the Fatui's intelligence division. So regarding this specific issue, I was just getting ready to share something with you. In truth, I exchanged some further words with that lady named Skirk after sending you two back to the surface. It went something like this.
Well, we're going to head topside to see what's going on. You hurry over soon as well, all right, Neuvillette?
What next?
The all-devouring narwhal isn't here, so I'm no longer getting any interference. I can finally catch the scent of your power, what it's made of. It is the authority of the planet's primordial dragons, but with something very similar to a god's curse mixed in. I'm sure I've encountered something like this before.
I do not know what you speak of.
Of course. How could I forget? You should have the remains of the third descender on your person, yet...
Remains? I've never heard of any such thing.
According to your parlance, I believe it may be called a gnosis.
Well, that much is true. After Focalor's divinity faded, she handed her gnosis to me, but I fear I have never heard of it described in the manner that you just did.
I've been training with my master, the Foul, ever since I was young, and I have never returned to the surface since. So most of the information I possess, I got from him. It is only natural for those who are greater than humanity to possess a different sort of common sense. Regardless, you should probably get rid of objects of misfortune to prevent any disasters from befalling you. To live in itself is a blessing. But once a person dies, the bonds he once had with this world shall all turn to curses.
What do you mean by that?
No need to fret. These are just my personal thoughts.
This third descender you refer to, who are they?
Master never mentioned them to me. If you're interested, though, I could ask him.
Next time. You believe we will meet again?
I do. Wait. I have a disciple of my own, don't I?
That's what she told me. Whether it would prove useful or not, I wanted to pass that information on to you.
The remains of the third descender? So that's what the Gnosis actually are.
All the same, assuming that there was no misunderstanding or special metaphor at play.
And she said that it would bring misfortune and that you should check it.
If she speaks the truth, then I would simply be putting Fontaine at unnecessary risk by keeping it here. I had guessed that you might already be familiar with this concept, but I did not expect you to be one of them. That means that the Gnosis, which are exceedingly element-compatible and can even enhance elemental abilities, do indeed come from the third descender. I wonder, does your body also possess similar properties?
Like being able to use elemental powers without a vision. No, let's not think about this stuff right. Comparing the Traveler to the dead third descender and all. That's what you say, but this topic still feels like bad luck. What's childish child recovers. Let's get some more answers out of him.
I too believe it unwise to make too many blind guesses when in...
All right. Whatever the case.
Yes. All of Focalor's efforts were for this moment as well.
But she sacrificed to herself in the end as a god.
I suppose that would be the mystery of a god's will. I suspect not. But once in a while, I too would guess that if wishes were like the clouds in the sky, life flows like water. And what, ultimately, is the difference between the rains that fall upon all of us?